Good morning, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you are watching this video and where you are watching from. So, my name is Eze Priska, and I'll be taking you guys an introduction to Laravel. So, without wasting much of our time, let's proceed. First of all, what is Laravel? I just want you to know that Laravel is an open source PHP framework. It is easy to understand and it uses model view controller design pattern. Very easy. So when I say a PHP framework, you say, there are many PHP frameworks. Yes, there are many PHP framework. Some of them are Coordinator and many other ones out there. But you and I know that the most popular PHP framework is Laravel. And not only that it is popular, it is easy to use, it has security, it has every necessary things you need. The packages, it is easy to use it to build projects and all of that. That's the main reason why you should go for Laravel, and very easy to understand actually. Then apart from that, I just want you to know that if let's assume you have zero or no knowledge of PHP, yes, it is necessary for you to at least have a knowledge of PHP for the future purposes, maybe when you get to teach others called PHP and so on. But then even without a knowledge of PHP, you can still cope with Laravel. So now let's proceed with the necessary things to install before you can start up with PHP, with Laravel I mean. So if eventually, or if peradventure you already have no PHP or things, or started coding with PHP, I believe you must have installed the things I'm about to list. So let me move to the next slide. And boom, these are the necessary things you need to install. You install Composer, XAMPP, and IDE. I prefer VS Code, so it depends on your choice. And you now install the Laravel installer, so to make it easy for you to create Laravel projects without using Composer. So first of all, you might be wondering, how do you install these things on your system, right? So I will take you guys on a tour installing of Composer on your system. It is not really that much. You come here, you type download. I've already installed this, so I won't be installing it. Composer. When you type download Composer, it brings you this is an option. This is the official website for Composer. Click on either the first or the second link, should work for you. My network is a bit down, so when you click on it, it brings you to this place. You see dependency manager for PHP. XAMPP or Composer is for PHP, Laravel, and it works very well. So for the documentation, you can go through it. But now we are here for downloading. So we click on the download button, and boom, here it is. So for us to successfully download Composer on our system, you need to copy this entire code, all of this. You copy it, you open your terminal. In Windows, it's called command prompt. You open your command prompt. Let me close this, open a fresh one, and you paste it this way, and you click on enter. You should get your Composer installed. So because I've already installed it, there's no need of me keeping it here, right? There's no need of installing it again, so I don't have duplicate. So for you to confirm that you've installed Composer on your system and it works well, type Composer. You can see my system, right? This is what it's showing. It shows that yes, Composer is installed on my system, and this is the version I'm using that I installed. So that being said, the next thing you need to install should be the XAMPP. Most people prefer to use many other things. Now XAMPP is a should I call it dependency or whatever? It comes with PHP. If you want to install PHP and install XAMPP, you don't need to install PHP again. It already has the XAMPP and all the things you need to start up your Laravel, to run it, and everything is there. And you know, in PHP, when you install XAMPP, you go inside the htdocs. If it's called PHP, that's why you create the project for your core PHP. That is the only way you can access it on the browser, right? So people can decide to use other things. If you're using a framework, especially framework like Laravel, you must have PHP installed for you to run Laravel. So if you have PHP installed, some people might decide to make use of Docker. Docker is another database, right? But as somebody that is coding on the system and for beginners, I advise you start first with XAMPP or WAMP and any other thing that is suitable for you. So Docker is like should I call it cloud storage. You use it, you can store your data there and all of that without issues, and you can easily deploy it. Just so you know about Docker too, and there are so many other um applications like that. So for the installation of XAMPP, I use XAMPP, yes, for my coding on my system. You come here to, you type download XAMPP. Now it's taking you to the official website of the Apache Friends. That is XAMPP. You can see here. Now this is for Windows, this is for Linux, and this is for Mac. So I have XAMPP already installed. You can see the PHP version of it. There's the latest PHP version of 8.2.4 by the time I'm doing this video. So the moment you click on this download bit, it should automatically start downloading for you. Now if it doesn't start, you might have an option to download it. Let's check my download part. It has started downloading. You can see where my cursor is, but I have to stop it, yes, because I already have it downloaded. So once you can click on download either for the what is this, you can click on downloads either for Windows, for Linux, and for Mac operating system. That is it. So now that you have your XAMPP installed, if you install your XAMPP, you just locate it on your download button, download folder, click on it, follow the necessary steps to install it on your system. And then if it's Windows, click on it and run as administrator to start your XAMPP. Then the next thing you need to install is an IDE, right? I prefer using VS Code because it has all the extensions you want. Even if if it's not there at the moment, you can download it to make your coding easy and all of that. So you can type here download VS Code either for Windows or for Mac. You see them, they just type download VS Code. So here you are, and you can choose whether for Windows, for any of these in Ubuntu, for Mac. You can choose any of these and download. For my own Mac, I download the Apple Silicon, alright, or you can download any of these. But for my Mac that is using M2, I think it's the second one I downloaded. Then when I was using M1, I downloaded the first one, I guess. So that is basically it. And once you click on it, it downloads on your system. You don't need to install it. It's an app. To just open. This is how it looks like. This is the VS Code on my system. Okay, let me assume I open the new window. Wow. Now this is what it looks like. You can now open your project that you created here, and looks more easier, right? Okay, so that being said, I think that is all we need to install before we go into installing the Laravel installer. Now that you've installed your composer, right, for you to create a Laravel project, you need to do create composer, blah blah blah, a long way of creating a Laravel project, which will stress you. But once you have Laravel installer installed, you just have to type Laravel new and the name of the project you want to create. So by coming here, open your install. Let me just, so it doesn't seem like I'm running fast. What do you type? Laravel documentation. You click on it, then you click on get started and click on installation. Now you can see, scroll down. This is after install composer. You can now you see the long query you have to write for you to be able to create a Laravel project through composer. But if you come down here, copy this code, composer global require Laravel /installer, paste it on your terminal, and you have your Laravel installer installed. And you can type Laravel to confirm, and you use Laravel new example to create your Laravel project. So with this, I hope I've been able to introduce you to Laravel, and you'll be able to install the necessary things. In the next video is us learning the structures of Laravel. Okay, thank you for watching, and you can ask any questions in the comment section or in my DM.